We've all seen them, and the cold plunge world is really being taken by storm by these portable ice baths. And I just have to ask, who asked for this? Was someone like, I'd really like to jump in some cold water right now. I just wish I had a portable solution. Said no one ever. So what's prompting this is, I open up Instagram as I always do. I'm addicted to my phone. And, every time I open up Instagram, I see just a million cold plunge ads. So this particular cold plunge ad, I see a picture of this guy and he's wheeling his chiller. And I'm like, dude, where are you going with this thing? He's like, oh, bye, Mom. I'm heading out to my friend's house. I'm going cold plunging. It's like his first day of school, with his backpack and his little rolly chiller. And, you just picture the guy at his friend's house, whipping out his pump, and he's just pumping up his little cold plunge. Like, what is this? Who's doing this? Who is actually using these portable cold plunges? And, of course, when they finally get everything set up and they're finally all excited to cold plunge with their little portable cold plunges, then they have to wait 4 hours for the water to actually cool down before they just jump in their 3-minute cold plunge. So although it's a portable cold plunge and it's supposed to be an easy solution, by the time the water gets cold, it's takes a couple hours. So, feels like an awful lot of work. And, I just have to ask yet again, who asked for these portable cold plunges? Are there just some big market of people out there that I don't know about who's there's actually more benefits if the cold plunge can be moved around, like portable cold plunge Andrew Huberman out there. Check this out. My chiller's got wheels and a handle, so I'll get even more benefits from this cold plunge. Listen, cold plunge companies, I have an idea. Instead of drop shipping these garbage products from China and charging $5,000 because it has a handle and a backpack and you can pump it up, how about you just make some quality product? Because let's face it, we all know that all these portable cold plunges, they're all basically the same. The chillers are the same. It's all basically the same, just different logos on it. But just to reiterate my first point, what the market needs, and if I can just speak for the cold plunge market for a second, if I could just be a consumer, what the cold plunge market needs is we want a product that both looks good and actually works, and we want it to cost less than $5,000. And we don't give a flying if it's portable or not. Now, I will say there are some good use cases for these portable cold plunge solutions. Like, for example, if you're at a triathlon or the Olympics or any sort of a convention and you want to set up some cold plunges, that would be a pretty cool experience, and that would be where a portable cold plunge would be necessary. And I will say, some of these have some pretty cool setups, which is nice. Most of these cold plunge chillers, they actually have the filter and the pumps built into it, so it's just a standalone solution. So it really is like plug and play. It's easy to set up and can definitely be great in the right scenario. I've also seen these mobile saunas for parties or whatever. And by the way, if you're having a party and there's going to be a mobile sauna there, please invite me. So, anyway, if you're having a mobile sauna, sure, pair it with a mobile ice bath. That makes perfect sense. I've also seen a bunch of these pop-up coffee and chill events around the internet. Basically, it's like a networking thing where people drink coffee in the morning and then they cold plunge together. And that's another good use case for a portable cold plunge. Plunge actually released the product, which is like their party plunge. So I've seen that at these types of events. I personally get a little skeeved out with sharing an ice bath with a bunch of strangers and sweaty people, but go for it. Looks fun. And quite frankly, probably does strengthen the immune system. So that would be a situation where you could get one of these party plunges and pump it up and enjoy cold plunging with a bunch of friends. Sure. But if you're looking for a cold plunge for your home, please do not fall for the portable cold plunge scam, because we all know what these really are. And so far, my most popular episode on this podcast yet has been the one about Alibaba and the drop shipping. And it seems like these portable cold plunges are really just things that you can buy on Alibaba for a couple $100s, slap a logo on it, and charge, $4,000, $5,000 for one of these units. And, they all seem to break in about a year or so, conveniently right when the warranty is up. And overall, that's my thoughts on the portable ice bath. Some decent use cases out there, but for most people and most situations, don't fall for the marketing. Either jump in a cold lake or a cold ocean. Cold plunging most of the year for most people, depending on where they live, is free, and you don't need to be spending all this money on it. But most importantly, if you are going to get an ice bath, do your research and invest in a quality cold plunge that's actually going to last. This is the Cold Plunge Podcast with me, Mike Gorman. Be sure to check out the video version of this podcast on our YouTube channel, and check the show notes for any references, studies, or links to anything I spoke about on our website at plungereviews.com/podcasts.